Hey everyone, Crash and Crash Customs, Lake Havasu, Arizona. I'm finally putting some work back in on my 1987 Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham big rim project, 6s. Last time I rebuilt all the suspension, and it has been determined that when I turn with it sitting low, the wheels and tires are going to hit these inner fenders. So that's one of the things I'm going to address in this episode. And I got a motor back there with a dipstick issue. Let's figure that out.
Hear that rumble, Arizona steel, Crash Customs.
Got my third attempt at a dipstick for the Oldsmobile.
You know what they say?
Third time's a charm?
3 dips a charm.
3 dips. All right. Let's see if
We dip, we dip, we dip. We dip,
one
I
of these
dip.
gotta work.
You dip, I dip, we dip.
I mean, this was like probably what, the most expensive try right here. It's got a cool billet handle on
Better
it.
fit.
See, look at that.
Ooh.
All this is going to be pretty awesome when I spray it black. That one did not fit at all.
Let's get in there. Oh no, it's too tight.
The bend is.
Don't break it.
You just gotta. What the? Are they messing with me? I feel they're messing with me.
I don't know about this.
Oh. Okay, well, hopefully this one. Give me that. Let me show it. Let me show y'all. See that first rib gets pressed in there, and it's. I'm trying to be positive here. Hopefully I can press that in. The last one, the rib was so fat, there was no chance of that. All right. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, this motor here is a 350 Oldsmobile out of my 71 Cutlass. This came with a 305 Oldsmobile that was garbage. That, I believe, is good. But as we were running it on the run stand, the original freeze plugs broke loose and we had to replace them. Replacing them, this one here broke the original dipstick. So, the aftermarket world. That's my third attempt at a dipstick. These first two, this rib on this one was way too big, would never press in. This one, more expensive, Mr. Gasket one, is so small, there's nothing to press in. The diameter of this, too small. It's worthless to me. This is my third attempt, the most expensive attempt so far. It's got a really cool billet dipstick handle on it, and there's resistance. This first bottom rib is what gets pressed in, and let's all think positive. I need positivity from everyone, because this is like mentally screwing with my head, not being able to put a simple dipstick in. One of my plans I thought about last night in the middle of the night, woke me up. This edge of the hole, the top surface straight across, and the like cylinder open area where the dipstick goes is straight down. So I think I'm going to put a bevel on this edge So when you press it in, this rib starts to crush easier, and then you get to slam it in all the way. Either way, I ain't gonna be able to return this because I'm going to paint this all black before I install it. You can see, if you're new to this, all my accessories other than the carb are black. All I want is gold paint and black. Some of this is black spray paint, other pieces powder coated shiny black. Just clean and simple. So yeah, fingers crossed. The bevel has been machined right there with my carbide tip. Gotta touch up the gold and spray the whole assembly of the dipstick black. This frickin' dipstick scenario is ruining my Sunday. Unbelievable. This is... I've been trying to tap this in every frickin' technique possible, and now this one's bent. I looked on YouTube, nothing on YouTube about it. I just spent like 20 minutes doing a deep dive onto the Oldsmobile forums, and some guys are freezing the dipsticks to try to shrink them, and then other guys are slightly sanding these first two ribs, this one and this one, of the cheap dipsticks. They sand it, test fit it, sand it, test fit it. This is just, I don't know if I buy a fourth one, cheap one, and try to sand and do that technique, or just freaking like glue one in and maybe make a bracket from the bottom of the tube to one of the bolts for the exhaust. This should not be this complicated. Whatever. Since nothing seems to be going right with that today, I just mentally got to move on to something and accomplish something. I'm going to move over to my inner wheel wells, and first thing I need to do is put these big braces back in. These really large ones. They go from the core support to the firewall lower area, and they get real tight to this area here. And then there's several braces that go back and forth, but I'm only worried about the short one that goes from here to here. I really need to maximize this space and make these plastic ones, well, when I make the metal ones, I need to make them larger than the plastic ones, so I need to see what's going to hit, if anything. Also, at some point, I don't really want to put the hood back on, but I really want to collapse this hood hinge to see how far this goes down, because I'd like to just make everything larger for this area. The inner bracing and one cross brace bolted in, the pieces that I need to build around, basically this main brace and this fender brace. There's other ones that go to the core support and the firewall, but I don't need those for right now. Let me show you what my issues are with the wheel turned. That's full crank, and it hits on the outside tire edge of the inner fender and the inside edge of the plastic that's squeaking on the tire. I don't have a lot of space to make up for this on the back side here. So I gotta think about that. Those are two issues. And then with it full cranked, it hits the bottom of the battery box. You can see the tire tread there. If I bounce this, right? And obviously, same scenario on this. I think all the emissions canisters were here, but planning ahead, this will be easy to maneuver around. There's still plenty of room to move the battery forward towards the headlight more and up. And I think what I'm going to do when I build these, I want to build it so I can run dual batteries both sides. That other stuff from the factory ain't going to be there. What else? This piece here gets bolted in from this area, so when I build this stuff, it'd be nice to still be able to get in there with a wrench, tighten those up. What else? What else am I thinking? Oh, this stud here has like a flat rectangle on it on the other side of this, so it catches and you don't have to put a wrench underneath there, but you still kind of need to hold it up to get it started. So maybe when I do this, I'd like to have this top area out as far as possible, fill up this gap. Maybe that T piece of hardware I'll panel bond to this. That'll solve that problem. Also got to figure out my hood hinge scenario. Once this collapses, this part will come down. I'd like to know how close it gets to this, because in my head right now, I think it'd be really cool if this was level with the bottom of the fender, and these bolts, hardware, would now be hidden. Like this flange is reversed. Instead of the flange being like this, it's like this, and you bolt it in from the wheel well here. It'd be a cleaner look. But my concern here is this to this. Is this notched to clear this? I gotta mimic that, you know? I gotta figure that out. What else? I'd like to also be able to take these wheel wells out without having to take this out or this out. So I'm gonna raise it up, take the wheel off, and see if that is possible right now with the plastic ones. Because down the road, if there's an issue, it just seems like a lot of work to take this brace out, this, and whatever else. Like it's probably gonna hang up here. I don't know. I'd like to drop it in or bring it in from the wheel well. All right, I got the inner wheel well out, sitting over there. I was able to drop it down through the bottom with the wheel off, obviously, but obviously the plastic flexes. So I'm not sure if when I make the steel one, I can maneuver it up from the wheel well, or I will need to drop it down from the top side. But that I can worry about that later. With the plastic wheel tub out, I'm pretty happy right now, because with the wheel cranked, you can see here, there's plenty of room on the front here. Let me turn the wheel, because the back side was what I was worried about. That's full crank, and might be hard to see in there, but it does clear the frame. So before, the plastic wheel tub was wedged between the tire and the inner frame, and it was obviously rubbing. I thought it might have been so tight that I couldn't even clear the frame, but it does clear the frame. So when I make the inner wheel well, I'll break it off at the top of the frame rail here. Hard to see, and should be no problem with clearance on the inside of the rails here. So my next issue is going to be making a template for the sides and the top, and the battery box. Man, this template pattern taking me forever. There's just a lot of angles and curves that you don't really think about. It does look like when I close the hood though, the hinge will clear. This cross brace though will not. So I think what I'll do is I'll cut like exhaust pipe, you know, underneath this, like this opening here, and kind of French this in. It's gonna be more work for me to have the flange so it hides the mounting hardware. Basically the opposite of this flange here where you can see the hardware. Instead of factory this, I want this hidden, which all I'm doing is making more work for myself. This isn't like the killer custom engine bay, but I don't know, I like the idea of hiding the hardware, so here I am attempting to hide the hardware. Cardboard, this piece here should be pretty much straight, and I'll do some bead rolling like that panel on the top side of this. This here should still give me plenty of room to mount like an Optima battery. That's what my measurements are going off of. And you can see here, plenty of clearance there, right? And let me turn the wheel. You can see on the back side, hopefully you can see. I'll just hold the camera up there, hopefully you can see. But my wheel tub clears the tire with room to bounce up and down. So this is gonna have to be made, at least by me, in several pieces. I want to roll this edge, not a sharp angle, you know, point. I don't want that. I want it rolled. So I'm gonna do that. I think what I'll start with is making like, I'll take some 90-degree sheet metal with maybe inch and a half each side, and shrink up a flange that follows this contour. That'll be the first piece, and then this piece will get welded to the flange piece, and then this piece will be a piece. Lots of pieces. How many times can I say piece? Whatever. I don't know about this area either. I don't know. I'm just gonna start making it. I just got lucky with this dipstick, finally. I was starting to doubt everything that has ever happened in my life with the saga of this dipstick. This one right here, off of Amazon from Pirate Manufacturing. These other ones, they were either too small, way too big, and the ones that were way too big, I hammered on too hard and bent trying to get it in, but whatever. I can put the exhaust manifold back on. I'll be motivated to put the oil pan back on, pour oil in it and run it, and put some minutes on it, and then drain the oil again just to make sure everything is right and nothing is weird in the oil, because it is a used motor. The trick to that I researched online on a lot of the Olds forums, I put it in the freezer overnight, and it shrunk the metal just enough that there was still a little bit of resistance when I tapped it in, but it worked. I'm pretty stoked. The second rib is just in there. The first one is obviously all the way in there, and it's solid. That thing, it's at room temperature now, and it expanded. That is never gonna come out. Well, I hope I never have to take it out. Probably just do a different motor if things are so bad that dipstick's got to come out. Got the flange all bent up. It is in 3 pieces. There's a seam here and right there. My brake is only so big, so I will weld those 2 seams together once I get a little further along. You can see down there, it's got a little jog to it to fit the inner fender. Most of this is straight, but then it comes back out here and then dips back in there. And I got the hardware underneath hiding, which that's the whole point of doing it the way I'm doing it, I suppose. So now I can build this top piece off of here and have a 100% consistent reference with this flange instead of poster board. Been moving the 442, getting it back on the body. It's already done, but I haven't had the caddy outside to take a look at it, the profile. I like the way that sits in the front. Put some speakers in the back, get it to drop a little. Sitting low on 26s. With the flange on here, I was able to tighten up, get real close to my final product with the pattern, the white part, the cardboard. I got magnets here. These are super cheap from Harbor Freight. They work great. You can see down here, this is battery tray area, and in the back, pretty good. I'm pretty happy with, at least happy enough that I can put it to metal and fine tune the metal a little bit. The cardboard part of the pattern I will tweak and fine tune once the top metal part is done, but I'm gonna have like a slight bow to the cardboard panel piece. Also, I did a super quick, I don't know, practice piece, whatever. I really wanted to see here to here flat how much I lose when I roll this edge for fitment purposes, and it's like a whopping 1/8 of an inch. So I pretty much didn't need to do that, but it's motivating. I mean, I see it done. I see it done partially. I'm going to transfer the poster board piece to the sheet metal and then do some metal magic with it. My girl Stitcherella to help balance this as it went through the bead roller, and I'm pretty happy with how the bead rolls came out. Now I need to give it the curvature of the wheel well opening, so this area will be curved like this. This area will get, as I marked it, a tighter, not quite a 90. This will be like the battery tray area. This is where that cross brace goes. So I got to get the top curves lined up nice, and then this edge here will get this rolled edge. And I also am going to take out this larger cross brace, front to back brace, because this is powder coated and done and shiny, and I need to fit that piece in and out of here a bunch of times, and I don't want to be banging into my nice powder coat. So I'm going to take that out, make sure this edge flows nice, and shape it to this contour. I got this piece pretty close contour wise to where I want it, to that inner flange that I built. That fitment is all gonna go away. Well, not all of it, but it's all gonna change when I roll this edge, and I'm gonna have to contour it again. But you gotta start somewhere. You gotta come at it one way or the other. But I'm happy with everything so far. So all I did was some pipe, bend it over. I will be making a pipe anvil video soon because this is ridiculous. And those pipe anvils are pretty awesome for doing stuff like this. So I'm gonna roll this edge and see how whacked out of shape this gets. This here will not be fun. That's gonna, I don't even know what to expect because I'm rolling it like a conflicting way of how this is, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna go for it, see what happens. If I gotta remake the whole thing and learn from it, well, there you go. Just about ready to fully commit to this top piece, to the flange, like weld it in, you know what I mean? Like probably just tack it. This here, this rounded part, with this contour and then rounding it, it ends up puckering the metal along here. So that's why I took it to the shrinker to get rid of those puckers. And then down here and here, I knew there wasn't going to be enough metal to stretch this, so I just put a slice in before I rolled it. And then I also I got as far as I could with the bead roller, and then I did some hammer and dolly just to curve it a little bit more, way more here. I just wanted the strength. This would actually be, once it gets welded, this little womp womp will be gone. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this fitment here 100%. If you look underneath, there's a little bit of gap on the flange that needs to be tapped up. So I'll get that 100%, lock it in with some spot welds, and then cut and fit this piece. I got her all tacked in, nice and solid for sure. I do see a potential right here. Now this panel here, I did want to put a bow in it just to make sure it doesn't flap around, and I do want it to bow towards the engine. So I may be okay, but we'll find out. I'll make this piece and fit it, and if it hits here, I could always put a slice here, pull it out a little bit, and then weld in a pie slice piece of metal if I have to go that route. But I'll know better for that one if that's the case. I got my pattern laid out here, ready to cut it. I got this inner piece, the flat piece, pretty much where I need it to be. You saw me put it through the English wheel to get a little curvature to it, and then I stepped it in the bead roller to give it a little bit more strength. This piece here will bolt to that inner brace right there, like the factory did. You can see in there, hopefully. Yeah, you should be able to see that. That's where the factory bolted it. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fit this in here, hopefully for the last time, and I'll put a couple tacks around here, pull the whole assembly out, finish weld it. Man, this piece right here, fighting me. This is like a two-person job almost, to try to hold this, line it up to this, tack it, fit it. It was it was quite annoying. This piece was fun to make. Even the flange was fun to make. This, it was okay to make, but to fit, it's just ridiculous. It was whatever. I got it tacked in, and nothing is really committed here. If you see here, there's like this section here, there's a nice gap to butt weld to, but there's other areas where it's really tight. I just had to do it that way because there's no way to get clamps in here, or the magnets weren't strong enough, and I'm by myself really. So what I'm going to do is basically, like right here, it's I can get the blade in here, but these other areas I'm going to just open up, like from this spot weld to this spot weld. It's holding the two pieces together, right? So I will cut this open so there's a gap like here and here and here, so I can butt weld it properly. And I'll do some hammer and dolly along the way at the same time. Like this area here is way too open, but I can hammer and dolly this curve tighter to this piece. Basically this triangle, obviously I'll have to make a piece to fit in there. What else? This is where that bracket is that I made. I only did 2 spot welds because I wasn't sure if I had it in the right spot, but I did. So I'll put complete spot welds on there so it doesn't work its way loose, right? This here, I don't like this sharp edge now that everything is fitted and I got the wheel off, so I'm just going to bring it down, put a nice curve to it to match these other curves. And let's see what else. I did put a little bit of a 1/4 inch flange on this backside just to keep it strong, and there's clearance, but whatever. Maybe if I hit a driveway entrance too hard and the wheel tire combo came back, if it's going to hit, it'll just rub, and if it was just a straight edge down, it could catch the tread. But I'm very confident that that is not going to be an issue. This here is flush with the frame rail, but I don't know, once everything is welded, things will probably move around. I may put a bracket like I made on this side here to that huge brace, just to make sure it doesn't flex weird. And same with this area, there's a little bit of right? That may go away when I fully weld this up and grind down, but if it don't, then I'll just put another bracket that I made right here. Either way, I don't want that happening. Sounds like I got bass and there ain't no music on, you know what I mean? So anyways, there's still a ton of work to do here, but at least it's tacked and I can move forward. It was just like, it was ridiculous, this trying to fit this and whatever. There was no good camera angle to show the struggle, but let me tell you, I struggled. Let me show you where we're at. This top rounded area, fully welded and smoothed out. This is sanded in 80. I do need to do some hammer and dolly, tighten things up a little bit. This triangle piece, I still have to do that. And tune this up a little bit more here. And I think I got a couple little pinholes here I need to hit with the welder again. This side here, this edge, I did one pass with the welder, ground that down, and I really want to do a second pass to fill in these low spots. And then this is sanded here with 36 grit. I also need to tune up this area. This corner here, I need to tune that up. But I think I'm gonna throw this back in the car. I rounded this. I'll see how that looks installed. And I want to put, I fully spot welded this bracket in. But I want to put this back in, make sure nothing moved around when I was welding this all. I tried to, what I usually do is like, I'll do like 3 tacks, skip, 3 tacks, skip, 3 tacks. And on a big piece like this, going around the whole perimeter, you really don't need to air hose anything off, because you're moving enough that the heat isn't going to warp anything. But still, I want to put it in, make sure everything lines up nice. Let me show you it installed. Well, partially installed, because I did not include the long cross brace here, right there, because I got to take this out to finish it up anyways. But I am really happy with that. Really happy with that. This has got that contour that I put in it with the English wheel. Nice rounded edge there. This battery tray area is going to be totally strong enough. I am seriously thinking about that bracket there that I made and put in, doing one here and maybe one lower down there to this brace, right when I bolt in that forward brace, just to make things just super solid. I like my stepped flange down here. No, that's just purely for strength, really. And there was no need to bead roll anything in here because I English wheeled it for strength and contour, and you wouldn't be able to see it because that brace covers everything. So let me show you inside here, because I really haven't done anything in here, right? Like I didn't grind any of these smooth. This here, I'm just gonna knock down the really high ones, and this underside, I'm just gonna do black bed liner on it. And this is a street car. So I plan on driving the heck out of it and buying tires on a regular basis. That's my plan. This triangle piece needs to be hit yet. I want to, like here, I did some miscellaneous tacks. You know, I want to do like every 3 inches on this flange, tack it, and then I'm going to put seam sealer on here, and that will get covered and make it'll disappear once I shoot the bed liner on here. I do need to make a little filler piece right here and fix this little tweak. What else? Here's the curve, my first cut on the curve, which should be pretty good because I can still get my hand in here to bolt in that forward cross brace. I think that's it. That's where things are at with this. Obviously, still more to do on it, but I know this video is getting long. I've been trying to keep things to about half an hour. I know I'm over that. So this is where I'm gonna end it. I need to finish up that, like finish weld it, prep and spray it. I haven't even started that one. And this is probably gonna be the hard side because of the brake setup and the fuse block is back there. But keep hanging on. I'm moving forward on it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll keep giving you weekly content. hopefully more Cadillac content. It's tough in the summer though, because it is it's toasty in here. It's hard to do more than 40 hours a week. 100 degrees in here right now, and I bet that wall gets the sun. Let's see what that's at. 112. These swamp coolers, they don't do much when it's this hot and this humid out. Anyways, I'm gonna keep at it. I appreciate the likes, the follows, the hypes, the comments, and I'll keep giving you more weekly content. Thanks.